Hello, in today's video we'll be repairing an oil leak on this Honda Odyssey. Every time it parks you'll notice a puddle of oil that slowly builds up the longer it's been sitting, which comes from the passenger side, which is the side that the engine sits on. So upon quick inspection, it's coming down here on the left side of the engine block, just above the oil pan. So to verify the location, I'll be spraying it with brake cleaner to clean the area to look for any fresh oil after I clean it. I'm just trying to do a quick clean, so it removes any fresh oil traces. If I can't find it doing this, I'll have to do a more thorough cleaning. So now with the area slightly cleaner and dry, I'll run it for a few minutes and see if I notice anything. And right away you'll notice the oil begin to seep down in the area just above the oil filter. Then a few minutes later, it's traveled down further, leading me to believe that's the VVT solenoid gasket that's causing this leak. So I guess that's what we'll be repairing in this video. For better access, we'll be removing the wheel, so you'll want to loosen the lug nuts before you lift it. And to loosen them, we use a 19mm socket. And next we lift it and support it with a jack stand, followed by removing the lug nuts, and then the wheel. Unfortunately the wheel was kind of stuck to the center hub, so I had to tap it off with a rubber mallet. Now for the splash shield, we'll want to pull off the 2 or 3 clips that'll be holding it on this side. 2 in this case. With those clips removed, let's move the splash shield down and out of the way. This is a few hours after I found the leak. Look how much worse the area got. To begin removal, we'll want to disconnect this connector by pressing in on the tab and sliding the connector back. And this is the tab that you'll want to press in. This other connector is located just above the area where we're at. You can follow the wire to find this connector, but you'll want to disconnect the connector here as well by pressing in on the tab and sliding the connector up and off. For this lower half, it'll have a little tab on the inner bottom. You'll want to lift up and slide the connector off the bracket. Let's now remove the oil filter to get any oil out of the solenoid assembly. Using a 12mm socket plus an extension, we'll need to loosen and remove the 3 bolts holding the VVT solenoid. First, I get all 3 bolts loose, and then remove the bolts entirely. You'll also want to pay attention to which bolt is removed from where, since they are different sizes. And here's the second, which is definitely shorter than the first. And finally the third, which looks to be the shortest. And we should now be able to slide off the VVT solenoid. And this is the gasket that we're going to be replacing, which looks to be pretty flat and pretty old. We'll have to clean the surface by using a clean towel, which I added some brake cleaner on it for better cleaning. Followed by using a small razor blade at an angle, but you'll want to be careful to avoid damaging the surface. You just want to go over it lightly to remove any high spots or old gasket material which may be left behind. Now we just wipe it down again with the towel to make sure that it's clean and smooth. And this is our new replacement gasket. Now to remove the old gasket, I'll be using a small pick. Now using a small corner, I begin to lift up the gasket, but this one's on here pretty good. but it's also very old and stiff. And based on how easily it tore, it's also quite brittle. Now we'll want to clean all the ports and the gasket surface using brake cleaner and a clean towel. You can also clean the outside if you prefer, but I'm just more focused on the inside. After cleaning it, we can install the new gasket, making sure to press in all around so it holds in place. We're now ready to reinstall it with the 3 bolts, making sure to reinstall them in the same locations and get them in by hand as far as you can. Bringing them down all the way, and then we can torque them to spec. Using a torque wrench, we can torque them down to 16 foot-pounds. Reconnect the connector, get this one back on the bracket, followed by reconnecting this connector as well. At this point, I'm doing a complete oil change as well, so with a new filter filled most of the way with oil, and with the O-ring lubricated, we can install and tighten the oil filter. Now I start the van, making sure that the oil pressure light goes off first, and verify that the leak is fixed. And after 10 minutes of running, it's still not leaking, so I say this leak is fixed. We'll just reinstall the splash shield and torque the wheel, and that will just about do it for this video. I hope you found it helpful and informative. If so, please click that thumbs up button to support my video and my channel, and please subscribe if you haven't done so.